assemble and perform a function check on an M249 machine gun. Condition: you are a member of a team that has just returned from a mission and you have been directed to conduct maintenance on your machine gun. Standard: correctly clear and completely disassemble the M249 machine gun, matching in groups with the correct nomenclature within 3 minutes. Correctly assemble and perform a function check on the M249 machine gun within 3 minutes. Clear and perform a function check to be performed in sequence. Do you have any questions? No. All right. So, first step, right? Clear and disassemble. So you're gonna clear the weapon. You're gonna place the weapon in the safe direction. Ensure the weapon is on fire. With your right hand, like you did, you're gonna make sure your hand is palm up. You're gonna pull and hold charging handle completely to the rear. While still holding the charging handle, place the weapon on safe. From there, you're gonna return the charging handle to the forward lock position. Next, look away from the feed tray cover. Squeeze the cover latches and open the feed tray cover. Assembly upwards to open it. Remove ammunition belt and any loose links in the feed tray if present. Next, you're gonna conduct your 5-point safety check. All right, so that 5-point safety check, that includes the feed paw, which is, everybody can see, right? So
Get to where you can see. You can't see.
Point to the feed paw for it. So
that's the first. It's fucking sweet.
You guys can see it, right? So that's the feed paw. Next, you have the feed tray assembly. You have to lift the feed tray assembly and inspect the chamber, inspect the magazine well, and inspect the space between the bolt chamber and the face of the bolt. Everybody tracking that? The 5-point check?
So all you do is you open it, sweep, sweep, lift, and do this. Okay? And close it. Charge it back. What step you in?
You were at the 5-point inspection.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that.
So after you done the complete 5-point inspection, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to lower and close the feed tray cover assembly. So once that's lowered, with your right hand, palm up, pull and hold the charging handle to the rear. Place the weapon on fire. Press the trigger with your left hand and ease the bolt forward with your right hand until it locks to the forward position. Release the trigger. That right there is clearing the weapon system. Do you have any questions so far? All right, next, you will disassemble the weapon system, all right? There's no particular order on how you disassemble the weapon system, as long as you disassemble it and place it with the correct nomenclature. So the only thing that I will say is you will be a safety no-go if you remove that butt stock, and the next thing you do not do is remove that spring, it's gonna be a safety no-go. That fucking butt stock comes off, the spring comes off immediately afterwards. Make sense? All right, go ahead and disassemble it.
Tell them how long they go.
Yeah, so for this first portion, you have 3 minutes. 3 complete minutes to clear the weapon system, take it apart, and put it with each fucking correct nomenclature. For test day, you won't have these pictures, you just have the fucking names of it. Don't stress over it, because 3 minutes is more than enough fucking time to do it. All these names, if you never messed with the 249 before, all these names are self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? All right, from this point, time will stop, all right?
Once you stand up. So that means when you stand up, all your shit's in the right spot. Okay?
All right. Make sure you're tracking, right? So for instance, the boat has 3 components. These are the components for the boat. Make sure that it's broken down into 3 components. If you leave it together and place it on there, time's still gonna continue running. Break the boat completely down. Same thing with the barrel and the heat shield. It's coming completely apart. Same thing with the spring. It's come completely apart. Make sense? At this point, once you stand up, time will stop. The grader will come and inspect. Once you're good to go, we will start the next portion of the sorry, I haven't lost words. Start the next portion of the 249. From there, the next portion is assembly, performing that functions check. From there, I'll give you show you the time on your timer. From there, I'll give you a count off, 3, 2, 1, go, begin. You will begin to start putting it back together. The best way to put it back together is in reverse order.
You never touch the saw. Get to the front. Did you tell them the time for this?
Yes, 3 minutes. Yes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes to take it apart, and correction, it's 3 minutes to function. It's 3 minutes to clear it and take it apart. Right? Time stops. Then it's 3 minutes to put together a function check.
So down here with the gas cylinder, there's a little notch down here, and if it's too far up, you need to use the gas cylinder to push it down. You never touch the saw. You need to come see it after this. I'll show you. All right.
There's also ports on the gas cylinder. Just make sure it faces up.
If the little notches right here, if they break off, it's fine as long as you put the heat shield back on. Also on this, it has little notches here. You can see it, the little notches on the ends. So when you put the spring back in, you lock it in the hole on the far end. And make sure the spring go inside the bolt. And if you put on the trigger mechanism beforehand, and you're having a hard time putting in your bolt, just squeeze the trigger on it. All right.
My recommendation, right, is put the fucking trigger on first. All right, put the trigger on first. Immediately after that, put the fucking bolt in, then the spring, and then the back end. So you won't have no fucking issues. So I've seen too many people wait to put the trigger on last, and they're having issues trying to put it on, right? They don't know they have to actually pull the fucking trigger, right? Just put the trigger on first. All right, from this point, the weapon is reassembled. The next thing that he has to do is perform a functions check. So, first step is going to be point weapon in the safe direction. Ensure safety is on fire. You don't have to, but it's recommended. You see the knife hand he just fucking did? That's just the best way to make sure that the weapon is on fire. If you don't do that, I highly encourage you guys to at least verbalize saying that ensure the weapon is on fire. Because if some odd reason one of the graders missed that, that's going to be on you guys, right?
You're not just going to verbalize it. You're actually going to look at it or push it some way of actually checking it.
Make sense? So that's This is what he did. It's the best way to fucking do it.
Who's left-handed? 2 people? 3? Just verbalize it.
All right, with the right hand, palm up. Pull and hold the charging handle completely to the rear. While still holding the charging handle, place the weapon on safe. Squeeze the trigger. The weapon should not fire. Place the weapon on fire. Press the trigger with your left hand and ease the bolt forward with your right hand until it locks in the forward position. Release the trigger. At this point, once you put the weapon system down and stand up, your time is complete. Am I having any questions so far with the first phase of the 249?
We have to close it. That's cover and part. At the end of it.
No.
No.
240.
So,
Do I need to verbalize weapons pointed in a safe direction as well?
You can if you want to.
Okay.
But we see it.
test day, like we have an E-type right there. So you're going to be oriented too.
Okay.
If I give you some advice, I'll verbalize everything.
Got it.
Literally every single lane that I did when I did my ESB, I verbalized fucking everything. That way there was no questions asked. Like the grader knew what the fuck that I was doing, so I verbalized everything. If you know how to fucking know what you're doing and verbalize it, won't be no fucking questions asked. So say fucking verbalize it all. Any more questions? All right, moving on to the second portion. Second portion, task. You will clear, load, fire until a stoppage occurs. Perform immediate action. Expend remaining ammunition. Unload and clear an M249. All right, condition. You are a member of a team conducting combat operations. You have a stoppage while engaging targets with your machine gun. Standard. Correctly perform all steps in sequence within 30 seconds. So this one, hey, got a lot of shit to do. You gotta do it in 30 seconds. I promise you it's fucking feasible. It is not that hard to do. But you're gonna have to get muscle memory on this portion, learn how to do it, get practice. It'll be too easy. Alright. Ready, son? Yeah. Alright. First step, right? You're gonna clear the chamber area. So you're gonna point the weapon in the safe direction. Ensure safety is on fire. With the right hand palm up, pull and hold the charging handle completely to the rear. While still holding the charging handle, place the weapon on safe. Alright, return the charging handle to the forward position. Look away from the feed tray cover. Squeeze the cover latches and open the feed tray cover. Remove ammunition belt and any loose links in the feed tray if present. You're gonna conduct your 5-point safety check. You already did it all.
Yeah.
Alright. Once you conduct your 5-point safety check, the next thing you're gonna do is you're going to go ahead and go straight to loading the weapon system, right? So make sure first thing you do is you cant the M249 to the right. Alright? This weapon has to be canted to the right. If you don't fucking cant to the right, you're gonna be a no-go. Alright? So cant the weapon to the right. You're gonna place the first round of the belt. Place the first round of the belt with the open side of the links facing downward in the feed tray, groove against the cartridge stop. Alright? Do it all with your left hand. Immediately once you place the rounds on the feed tray, you're going to keep your hand on the rounds. Keep your left hand on the rounds. Say again, keep your left hand on the rounds. Alright? Once your left hand is still on the rounds, you're going to close the feed tray cover with your right hand. Part very important. Cant the weapon system. Place the rounds on the feed tray cover. Hold the rounds with your left hand. Take your right hand, close the feed tray cover. Make sense? It has to be like that. Alright. Immediately after that, you're going to place the weapon on fire and engage your target. So from this, you will actually have fucking rounds, so you're gonna start fucking engaging.
Not today, so don't dry fire. Just simulate.
Make sense, everybody? Today, just pretend like you're firing, right? But once you actually get the actual blanks went out, you're going to actually fire.
If your weapon drops to the ground while you're doing it, you'll be a no-go. It has to stay on your shoulder pocket.
Okay. Put the weapon on fire and engage the target, so he starts to engage. Within the first and second round, you should get a fucking malfunction. You will get a malfunction. From there, you will take immediate action to correct the failure to fire. So you're gonna keep the M249 on your shoulder, like you just said. Pull the charging handle with your right hand palm up to the rear. All right, you're gonna do pops. You're going to observe the ejection port to see if the cartridge case belt link around ejects. Next, you're going to push the charging handle back forward, and you're going to squeeze the trigger to continue to engage. From that point, you will either continue to engage until you're out of ammunition, or you're going to continue to engage until you come to another malfunction. From that point, you're going to do remedial action. So from that point, remedial action is what? Clearing the weapon system. So from there, point the weapon in safe direction. If the bolt is forward, ensure the safety is on fire before moving the bolt operating rod assembly. If the bolt is fully locked to the rear, ensure the safety is on safe. With your right hand, palm up, pull and hold the charging handle to the rear. Place the weapon on safe. Turn the charging handle to the forward and lock position. Look away and open the feed tray cover. From there, remove the source of ammunition. Do your 5-point check. Once you're doing your 5-point check, you're going to lower and close the feed tray cover assembly. Ensure that it locks. With your right hand, palm up, pull and hold the charging handle to the rear. Place the weapon on fire. Press the trigger and ease the bolt forward. And release the trigger. And that is the end of the part 2 of M249. Seems like a lot of steps, it's really fucking not. You got 30 seconds to complete that. You have any questions?
But for the operating portion, the only time it needs to, we're strict about when it stays on your shoulders, pops. So once you start firing, so when you load your rounds, you can have it on the ground, cannon, all that. But once you put it on your shoulder to fire, you're keeping it on your shoulder until you go clear it. Okay?
Who knows how to load links in correctly? So, brass to grass, links to the sky. Just remember that.
You don't have to fire any rounds to get it go. So when you have your blanks, no rounds have to be fired. If you place your rounds on, you go to fire, nothing happens, pops, nothing happens again, clear it. Okay?
You have to attempt to fire though. That makes sense to you guys. You have to attempt, but if your weapon does not fucking fire, it ain't the end of the world. Immediately do pops.
You can take your gloves off to for the assembly portion. If you come up to operating portion without your pro, it'll be a no-go. Without even starting. Okay? Are there any questions? What's up?
For the clearing, do you have to, the mag roll, do you have to stick your fingers in it?
Yep, every time.
I showed you.
Any other questions? Y'all got it, Master? Good? Alright, y'all can break up between these.
Hey, real fast, raise your hand if you've never touched the M249, ever. I'm gonna say, if you've never touched the M249, come to the right-hand side. Come over here and we'll fucking get you guys away.
The rest of y'all can break up between these three now.